very happy and very proud that we have now the highest commitment score since we started the measurement in 2004. And it is so important because I'm out there talking to people all the time in many countries, and I meet hundreds and hundreds of people. And we're trying to change the way we do things in this company. We're trying to change the culture, if you want to use that word. And I feel with the new leadership team, which is a mix of some people who've been here for quite some time and young and new people like you and others, I think we are making a difference. I think I can see a change. And to get those commitment scores when you are preaching change is pretty good, because basically nobody wants change. That's a sort of human nature. And I'm talking about a lot of change, and people say, well, it's good. That makes me very happy.
Some analysts are seeing that our Eurasian investments and our companies, they're high risk at the moment given the volatile FX markets and the way the economies are developing. How do you see that?
Well, I think there is a connection between risk and reward in any business. If you want a bigger reward in terms of higher growth, higher EBITDA margins, yeah, there is normally a higher risk. And when you see Kazakhstan devaluate its currency, it hurts us. That does not change my conviction that Eurasia in the medium to long term is a real valuable asset of our company. And I think they will continue to provide growth in the foreseeable future. Maybe 2009 will be a lower growth than we had planned, maybe, I don't know yet. But being so, and if so, I have to accept that. I have no real problem with it. It doesn't change my belief in the region strategically for our company, because we are the incumbent in our so-called home markets. There is no way for us to be able to grow much faster than the market in those markets. So to be an attractive company to invest in, and I think to work for, we need geographies that can provide higher growth, and preferably also higher profitability than we have in our home market. And that's exactly what Eurasia has been doing, and in my opinion, will do for many years to come. Maybe with an exception of 2009.
Mm-hmm. This is all very positive. Is there anything you're less pleased with?
Well, I wouldn't say less pleased with. I'm really worried about the results in the business area broadband. For the full year of 2008, we reduced our profits by 900 million in the year. That's 15% reduction in profitability. I've been saying this for quite some time. Actually, ever since I came to this company, I said we can't have structurally higher costs than our competitors. And my first priority on my 5 priorities was to migrate the fixed voice in Sweden to value-added services, because I knew, everybody should have known, that this was the big challenge.
But sales are increasing, aren't they? We're selling more IPTV services and more triple play.
Thank God we are, but Håkan Dahlström explained this very good a couple of weeks ago. Our sales is basically flat, and the cost is going up. So the profit margin is coming under squeeze. And that's what we have seen in 2008, and actually it started already in 2007. If you look at broadband Sweden, which is the biggest concern I have, which is the first priority to migrate the fixed voice in Sweden, you can see that for the full year we have lost close to 4 percentage points on the EBITDA margin. And in the fourth quarter, we lost nearly 10. If you extrapolate that kind of performance for another year, we will have a real problem.
So what are we going to do about it?
Well, we know what we want to do. Håkan knows what he wants to do. We need to reduce the cost, and we need to do that very carefully and very well thought through.
And we need to reduce the number of staff by quite a significant number. Some of our employees are saying they find it hard to understand that whilst they're working overtime and we're using extra manning, there still is an abundant number of employees, and we need to reduce the staff. How does that happen?
Well, first of all, we should not think that we are only reducing in broadband Sweden, because that's not the truth. We actually had quite some success in 2008 in reducing in in overhead cost. In HR, your own communications department, finance and accounting, and we still have a bit to do in finance and accounting. But in broadband, we have made less progress than I had hoped for in 2008. I have talked about this. I talked about it already a year ago, so it's no news. Of course, we cannot reduce some 1,200 people and do exactly the same thing we did a year ago. If you want to reduce, or if you have to reduce, like we have to, you really have to sit down and think, what is it that we need to perform in services or in work that is essential, that is crucial to our success? And I used the words a year ago, nice to have. What functions are nice to have, but we can't really afford them anymore? And that is the discussion that needs to be had and in the broadband organization, together with the unions, if they want to participate in that one. But we need to move now. We cannot wait another year, because if we wait another year, what we are then asking for is mobility or Eurasia to subsidize broadband, and that is not going to happen.
What's the progress in the cost reduction efforts?
I think we're making some progress on management level. I think we're having the right discussions. We're trying to find what is crucial, what is nice to have, where can we save. We are making a lot less progress in the discussion with the unions. I think the unions do not even agree that we have a problem. At least what I read from them is that they don't think we have any people that we don't need. And that's a fundamental problem. Secondly, my perception of their tactics, or their strategy, if you want to call it, is to delay. Just delay. In Sweden, we are negotiating on a local level, and if you don't agree, then you go to a central level. Typically, you go rarely to the central level. They have chosen to basically take every decision that we take in this agreement to take it to the next level. So we've had 70 local negotiations. They have decided they want to have 61 of them being discussed centrally. That takes another month per issue. It takes a lot of time for management to prepare. And we have done 38 of them. We have finished 38 central negotiations, and they have lost every one of them. For me, this is just the tactics of delaying and trying to ignore the numbers. You can just read the numbers. Broadband Sweden lost nearly 10 percentage points on the EBITDA margin. They are just above 20.
So in short, what will happen and how do you see the way forward?
Well, we will reduce one way or the other, come hell or high water. We have to, otherwise we are jeopardizing the whole business.